What's up guys, my name is JodyCut5 and welcome back to an episode of the FC25 Tenerife Career Mode. Before we do get into this video, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Your support is appreciated as always, but if you can do those few things for me, that would be even better. We start off today's episode looking at a post that's been mentioned about Geraldo Becker. 20 goals, 20 games, averaging a goal a game. Doesn't seem to be too bad for his first season for Tenerife so far, and that leads me to look at the top goal scorers, and he is level with Kylian Mbappe, which is very, very exciting to see. Geraldo Becker on form with Kylian Mbappe. I don't think them two words would normally go into a sentence, but they have, and it seems to be that he is doing very, very well out of the moment. So he currently leads the top goal scorers. Doesn't seem to be that we've got many kind of prolific strikers or kind of goal scorers more than anything in the squad, just like Becker, but he seems to be doing a fantastic job so far. Alvarez joint top with Girona Zankov on assists with 8 assists at the moment, which is nice to see. We've got a few other players within the assist line there, as you can see, but they're just further down the pecking order. So Alvarez pretty much leading the line for his side in terms of the assists. In terms of clean sheets, Luis Malagon has only been able to record 3 out of the 17 or so games, or something like 20 odd games he's actually played. Sorry, I didn't catch that there. But exactly, it's not really expected with it being the first full season in La Liga. Keanu Dye has expressed his will to be able to play the next game, which is, funny enough, a cup game against Granada. He's put in some decent performances within the cup fixtures so far, so there's no reason why he shouldn't feature. And now we go into our first game of the Copa de España. We do face Granada, a team that we faced last season in the second division of the Liga. Looking forward to this tie, as a win would see us go into the semi-finals, which would be a massive step in the right direction for ourselves. A place that we have not reached so far in this particular competition, and it is all to play for, that is for sure. Looking forward to this one, a lot riding on it, but we have made some kind of suitable changes with it being a cup game. Carrasco in goal, Medrano, Vasquez, Agroni and Mikic as your back four. Moving further forward to the midfield, we've got Moreno on the left hand side, Herrera on the right with Rig and Dyer in the middle, Pereira just ahead with Yanis Senhaji as the lone striker. It's still a strong side, but at the same time we have made the changes applicable to the cup game, knowing that we have got many fixtures ahead of us and need to rest the big players for the big games. 8 minutes into the tie, Granada passing it about nicely there, as you can see, but an interception made originally from Yanis Senhaji, and now he strides forward. He's intercepted it in a great position of the pitch. If only he can find himself the back of the net, and he can't on that particular occasion. A decent save made from the keeper as it falls out to defenders. They look to get it clear as they burst down the right hand side, as you can see, really trying to get it going, and that would be the kind of point in time where they try and get something moving and just kind of seeing what they can do, passing it around, assessing the options. We do play a very high line, but at the same time we can sit very deep. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to be made, and Dyer is one of those to make the pressure. He finds Dylan Pereira, he looks to find Senhaji, and it is a goal. It's Tenerife 1, Granada 0, and we open up the scoring with 15 minutes played in the tie. Once again, Keanu Dyer's efforts in the midfield to be able to rush the defenders has worked really much in our favour, because he was able to find Dylan Pereira and he finds his teammate Yanis Senhaji there. Another goal in another cup game, and he is making good habit of this, and we hope to see it continue, in fairness, because that is a very well worked goal from the boys, and it's nice to see us make such a quick start in this tie, because it's very rare that we have done so, but it seems to be that we're making it some sort of general occasion at the moment, because it keeps on happening to us, but long may it continue, that is for sure. Granada get themselves kicked off then in this tie for another time, as 16 minutes played on the clock. Granada looking to get themselves back into the tie, but a decent interception there for Medrano, finding Cesar Herrera on that left hand side. Many in support, Yanis Senhaji being one of them. He finds Senhaji, he looks to kind of throw it over to the right hand side. He finds Dylan Pereira, he's got time, he nails the ball, and he also nails it into the back of the net. It's Tenerife 2, Granada 0, and in a space of 20 minutes we have already seen 2 goals falling to the back of the net net, and they've both been for Tenerife there. What a moment this is for ourselves. We would like to think we've got one step into the semi-final places, but you can never call it too early. A lovely ball from Yanis Enhaji. Pereira had the time, he chests it down and he wallops it into the back of the net. Really happy with his efforts, and it has to be said, that is a great way to start this cup fixture, and long may it continue, that is for sure, because we very rarely find such a quick start with 2 goals already. We just need to make sure that we can do the most to be able to kind of keep the lead for ourselves and make sure that we are doing our best to get the victory here against Granada. Then Granada haven't really offered too many attacking options, in fairness, and they're going to be looking to be able to change that. You just know it. Now they look down the left hand side. The former man, Waldo, if anyone remember the first season in Tenerife, he did play for us and we sold him to Granada. If you have missed any previous episodes, I do have a link below in my bio for all the playlist episode. You can literally watch it from episode 1, so I'm pretty sure episode 17 now we're on. It's going very quickly, that is for sure, but we have got plenty more to come in this particular save as we look to go forward here. Dyer picking it out in the middle, Chris Rigg in support, and he does pick the ball up there. As you can see, he skips past one, he does really well at the same time. He gets the shot off, but he has won a corner. Not to be kind of too sorry about his efforts, as he has got a chance from the corner to create an opportunity. Ball whips into the air, it's a good ball, it has to be said. Herrera latches on to the header and a clearance off the line as it goes out for another corner kick. We reached the half an hour mark in the first half, and it's been all Tenerife so far as Rigg looks to whip the ball in. It's a good delivery. Vasquez can't latch onto it. It falls back out to Rigg there as he nods it on. He puts it back into the area, clear their lines ever so slightly. We try and latch onto it, but it seems to be that might just be the end of that particular attack. But we still get back in possession. Moreno finding Mikic on the right hand side. He plays a straight ball to Dylan Pereira, offers his support at the same time, but he just can't seem to get the ball off. And now Waldo intercepts there, finding his teammates as he looks to make a run on that left-hand side. And Uzzini there picking it up, trying to get something going for his side. It's been very slow for them so far. Can they make a difference? Waldo's got a chance here. He skips past Mikic, but it's a simple save made by Carrasco. And Medrano mops up that final piece of play to be able to kind of get rid of the play and get ourselves back into possession. Still in the first half, 38 minutes being played. We've kind of slowed down ever so slightly. Granada are looking to get us kind of step foot back into the game, in fairness, because once you kind of slow off, you can only expect that, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're pressuring us now into your face. It goes back to Villar there and trying to see if they can get an inroad, because we're making it very hard for them to get any sort of pass off. Canate on the right hand side, there's many in support, but once again they have to go back. Villar now, it's really hard to do this in this moment in time to see if they can kind of get an attack going, but the passing is very good and it's very, very accurate, and this could be a chance here. As you can see, Uzzini picks it up, he's got many in support, he turns his man, it's a great turn and it's a great goal. They have got a foothold back into this game, and it's Tenerife 2, Granada 1. Wouldn't say that they kind of have deserved the goal, but that moment in time where they've gone on the attack, it's very well earned at the same time. It's a decent finish. Carrasco had no chance in front of goal whatsoever, and they have now kind of minimalised the deficit, and they have only got 1 goal ahead of them to be able to equalise, and that's definitely achievable in this game, that is for sure. As we get things kicked off in the second half, Dylan Pereira picks up the play. They're many in support at the same time as he finds Chris Rigg in the middle, trying to see if we can make a quick second half start here. As you can see, Senhaji in support. Rigg takes it upon himself here. He finds Dylan Pereira. It's a great ball to Pereira. He skips past the defender, but the defender denies him on that particular occasion, pulling it out for a corner kick. Then substitutions to be made as our former man Waldo goes off the field there, as you can see, for Hongler, as the corner is whipped in from Rigg. Great delivery, and I thought that was a foul, but not to be given there, as Rigg looks to get the ball back into the area, trying to get something going. It's Chris Rigg, and that is a super save made from the keeper, and that is the end of that particular attack. It's been a good start in the second half. We just need to kind of have it to continue, because bearing in mind there is only a 1 goal deficit that splits the team so far, so anything can happen to get themselves back into it, and this could be the chance to get back into it. As you can see, they're striding forward, many in support. Red and white shirts are driving there, as you can see, and it has been issued a penalty. I don't know how, and Medrano's been penalised for this one, and I'm gonna have to look back on that, because I just don't understand. Where's the foul? There's no foul in that whatsoever, but the referee has given a penalty. And they've got a great chance from for 6 yards there. Yazzini steps up and Yazzini converts a penalty, and it's Tenerife 2, Granada 2. And I feel like we've been really done there because I thought Medrano completed a very fair challenge, but the referee sees it another way, and unfortunately we are now level in this tie. So 2-2, and all the work to do is substitutions to be made there, as you can see, trying to freshen up the field as Ruiz comes on for Keanu Dye. He's been okay, but nothing special. Vasquez off of Palacio as he looks to tire, and hopefully that will change things with Guerrero coming onto the field for Cesar Herrera with once again a lacklustre performance. We get things kicked off then. It's 2-2 at this moment in time. Can we get ourselves back into the game? Yanis and Hadji on the ball for Tenerife there as he finds Dylan Pereira. Pereira in support of many opportunities to find Moreno on the right hand side. He tries to skip inside, but not to be on that particular occasion as Chris Rigg looks to cover the gap, and he does very well to win the challenge, but it is going out for a Granada throw-in as they look to throw it back. Moreno pressuring him, and it's a great bit of pressure. He finds Yanis and Hadji. He picks it up. It's Yanis and Hadji, and he gets the goal. It's a big mistake from Granada, but it works out in Tenerife's favour absolutely massively. It's Tenerife 3, Granada 2. A big mistake from the defenders leading to a big goal, and that could mean massive things in this time. We are in front for another time in this fixture. 3-2 up. It's a big statement, but we've still got plenty of time to play in this game. I'm just glad that Yanis and Hadji was able to convert and get his second goal of the game. He's got many goals upon him, and we know it from seeing it last season. It's just getting it out of him, but this might just be the turn in his form because that is a superb finish, and as I mentioned, that is his second goal in this tie. 9 minutes left to play in the game. Granada haven't really offered as much in terms of going forward. Can they kind of make a late scare? Can they push us to extra time, or will we be going to the semi-finals as the ball is being played into Guerrero? He tries to get onto it, but not to be on that occasion as Canate latches onto the ball. He skips past Guerrero, finding Villar. Villar now onto his teammate on the right-hand side. Many in support as they try and overlap him, but Medrano solid in the challenge, putting it out for a throw-in. Substitutions for Granada there, as you can see, as the throw-in's taken nice and quickly. The clock is ticking, and it's ticking very, very fast. Canate trying to get something going, but Guerrero solid with the challenge, putting out for another throwing, halting the play and halting momentum, and Guerrero intercepts it in the most important part he can possibly do so. Guerrero could be in, but he's shut off there. He finds his teammate. It's Dylan Pereira, and what a solid block that is from the defenders. How they've got to that one, I am not too sure in fairness, but it's a very, very good block, it has to be said. 88 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes left, plus the additional time that we're waiting for as Guerrero makes another good interception. Impact sub it seems to be as the ball is whipped in. Senhaji can't latch onto it, but Guerrero picks up the pieces, finding Chris Rigg. He holds his nerve. He finds Moreno. Moreno could get the shot off, but he wants to hold the ball. He wants to run down the clock. Ball to Guerrero once again. +2 on the clock, but it seems to be we should get away with it in the end as the ball is tried to be whipped into the air. It's blocked. We run it into the corner, running the play down. Ball whipped in. It's Senhaji. Keeper saves it, but the referee blows, and we have booked a place in the semi-finals. It's Tenerife 3, Granada 2, and our cup run continues. What a moment this is for the club, and this could really stem something special for ourselves if we're able to pick up our first trophy as manager. Obviously, we was unlucky not to pick up a trophy last season in the second division of the Liga, but this just might be our chance as we book our place in the semi-final thanks to the efforts of Yanis and Hadji with 2. Really, really happy to get the goals for himself, and it's been a long time coming, and you cannot forget that effort from Dylan Pereira. And there is a massive shock in the cup games as Cadiz, a team that was with us in the Liga 2, has managed to dump Real Madrid out of it, and they proceed to the semi-finals. I'm not too sure who we'll face in the semis as of yet, but that is a massive turn of the works with Barcelona the only big team left in the competition. Before we do get into the next game of the episode, Kouassi is mentioning he needs more games. Hopefully we can give that to him because he has had a very good season so far in my opinion. This is very hard with the competition we have got as of late. Here we go then, we've got our second game of the episode as Girona. Now we are facing away from home. It's a tough fixture, I have to say. Last time out we got absolutely thumped 4-0 against Girona, so I'm hoping that will be different on this particular occasion. I just don't see it with Girona picking up some very good form as of late and continuing their ways. But this is the lineup. Malagon in goal, back 4 of Melo, Palacio, Spiliers and Rodriguez. Moving forward it's Liso, Ruiz, Diarra and Cruz. Alvarez just ahead, and who else but Geraldo Becker as our lone striker. Hoping for better things in this tie, but it's very hard to expect knowing that we had displayed some very poor performance against them last time. But we get things kicked off here as Alvarez picks up the ball, finding Ruiz in the middle of the park. Try and see if we can hold the ball a bit more, see if we can create a few more opportunities, see if we can actually kind of hold our own in this game. Diarra finds Becker then, he got a great opportunity to run into the gap, he's got the pace to do so, he finds Alvarez, he finds back to Becker. This is a great chance, and that is a super save from the ex-Spurs keeper Gazaniga. Really, really top save. The corner whipped in straight away from Alvarez. It's a great delivery, but the keeper latches onto that one nice and quickly. But at least we've started this game strongly. If I reflect back to the previous game, I think we only had one chance on goal, and that was for Geraldo Becker also. So hopefully we can get more than one in this particular game and cause a bit of a threat in terms of the attacking options that we've actually got, because we've definitely done it against the big teams. There's no reason why we shouldn't. It just seems to be that Girona are doing very well for themselves as of the moment. Solis on the ball now as he finds Ra on the left hand side. Quick play, as you can see, as Mavoski picks it up, finding Valerie. This is great movement from Girona so far. Ball could be whipped into the area, but it's a solid interception from Rodriguez, and it will be a corner kick then. Corner to be whipped in, or are they going to play it short? They do play it short. Martin picks up the ball for Girona there, as you can see, but a good interception from David Rodriguez might stem an attack for ourselves as Rodriguez holds his own to be able to run down the right hand side, but there's no one in support apart from himself, but he'll do all of the dirty work, and now Becker is up with him. He finds Becker. It's a great chance, and he just gets a fingertip save to it. I'm not too sure how, but it's a great save nevertheless, and unfortunately we are still level in this tie, but we're definitely posing more of a threat compared to the last game, and we're definitely showing that we can get ourselves a goal in this game. 26 minutes on the clock. Girona now striding forward as Mavoski picks it up. He looks to find a teammate on the left hand side. Valerie in support at the same time. They seem to move the ball so quickly and are so fast with it, and this is a great chance, and Mavoski hasn't taken it on that particular occasion, but a very good chance on display as it goes out for a goal kick there. Goal kick played short to Spiliers, then Rodriguez can't seem to play it out from the back quick enough, and now they intercept here Girona as Ram picks it out on the left, finding Valerie. Valerie back to Solis there, as you can see, playing it around nicely. The passing so precise, so clean, and it's such a threat as Mavoski's played in. He finds Martin, and Martin finds the back of the net after claiming 3 goals in 3 games. He has made it 4-4 now, and what a moment that is from Juan Martin. It's a good goal nevertheless, and we just didn't shut them down quick enough, and that's our falter, unfortunately. Really disappointing, but at the same time they deserve it. With finishes like that, Mavoski plays him in perfectly, and Martin just thumps it into the back of the net. No stopping that one whatsoever, and they now are ahead in this tie, and it's very hard to say why they're not, because they haven't really created many opportunities, but at the same time they've taken the opportunities that's been displayed to them, and they are now ahead. And this could be another chance here as Martin picks it up. He finds Herrera, now on to Martin on the right hand side. There's many in support, but Palacio with an interception finding Alvarez. We could go forward, we could put a kind of, well, you'd like to say a kind of bump in the road, but there's nothing seems to be going for ourselves, and it might just be that we're on the back foot now conceding that goal, because Mavoski's got another chance finding Martin. He's on fine form, it has to be said. Martin, now Mavoski playing it around so nicely, so crisp, so clean. Valerie now is found. He doesn't take the shot, he holds his nerve, he finds Martin, and Martin takes the shot. It's Girona 2, Tenerife 0, and it just kind of puts you back to the first game we played, I guess, because we're absolutely woeful. It is absolutely woeful. Nothing created on our side whatsoever. And it's really annoying to see, because I know that we can compete, and for whatever reason we're just not. I don't know if we just, both times we played them, have had an off day, or they're just that good. It's really hard to say. But another goal from Martin, and he seems to be a monster goals a lot at this moment in time. With 40 minutes on the clock, we get things kicked off with Carlos Alvarez going on some sort of individual run here. He does really well to get the shot off in the end, but the keeper makes a decent save, and he plays it out in the end there, as you can see. Is at the end of the first half. Girona get themselves kicked off for the second half. They're going to be looking for the exact same again, but we're going to be looking for an upgrade in performance, in fairness, because we need it to be able to say we're going to get back into this game. But Girona go on the attack straight away as Mavoski picks it up. It could be free, in fairness. Martin on the hat-trick, and Malagon denies him on that particular occasion as we look to play it out from the back. Diarra in the middle there. He looks to find many in support here, as you can see, and he tries to do his best, and he does his best there, finding Geraldo Becker. Becker striding forward. Alvarez in support at the same time. He holds his nerve. He holds it up. He tries to pull in Alvarez, but just not to be. And it just doesn't seem to be anything that's going to fall for us in this particular game. I just don't know. It's hard to say, but we already sort of feel defeated with the 2 goals that we conceded and the play that Girona are offering, because it's so good and it's so hard to keep up with, in fairness. The pace of the game is completely different from Girona's perspective, and as you can see, they're so quick on play, and the keeper now thrashing out there, and I'm not too sure how that was not converted, but it wasn't. Substitutions to be made there as Rob Cameron comes onto the field for Ruiz and Guerrero onto the field for Adrian Aliso, but it wasn't enough to determine that we was going to get a win, and unfortunately we fall short in this particular game. 2 out of 2 in terms of the head-to-head duels against Girona, and it's very deserved at the same time. Didn't perform, didn't offer anything. We had a few chances, but not enough to be able to say that we was worthy of a point, let alone 3. And they were the better team at the end of the day, and they've come away with the win, and it is very well deserved. And it's very easy to see why they're in the position they are currently in at this moment in time. And it doesn't really get any better for us. We face Valencia in a simulation fixture, as we only are able to come out with a point, with Carlos Alvarez being able to rescue that in the 80th minute. So it's really annoying to see, but we have to move on because we've got a massive tie coming up. I know that for sure. Mallorca now is another simulation, a 1-0 victory, as we managed to get another win over the Spanish side, Mallorca. Gerardo Becker getting the only goal, but the only goal meant that we was able to claim all 3 points. But this is what we've been waiting for. Who are our opponents in the semi-final of the Copa de España? And it had to be someone big. Of course it had to be. We are facing Barcelona in the semi-final of the Copa de España. So if we are to win this particular game, I mean, it's a 2-legged fixture, bearing in mind, so we'll play 1 at home that we're playing now and 1 away. But if we are able to come out victorious, we should be able to face Leganés or Cadiz. So it's going to be interesting for sure, but we'll wait for that moment, and we'll kind of prep ourselves when it comes. But for the moment, we are focusing on this particular fixture, and this is the lineup. Malagon in goal, Melo, Vasquez, Spiliers, Mikic, Liso, Dyer, Diarra, Cruz on the right hand side, and we've got Pereira and Sen Hadji. It's a stronger side to what we normally face in the cup ties, but at the same time I don't have everyone fit, and I've had to prioritise the league over the cup because of how important that European spot will be to our season. But let's see what we can do with this side, and let's see if we can get a result here. 4 minutes into the tie, Sen Hadji on the ball. He tries to make efforts harder for Araujo then, as he kind of assesses his options. Loses out on play in the end as Araujo makes a simple interception, finding Benjamin Pavard on the right hand side. Goes back to Araujo, but simply goes straight to Oriol Romeu, the ex-Chelsea man. Goes on to the right hand side of Rafinha, and he skips past Melo, and it's a great run, it has to be said. Straight past Vasquez also, and the pace is unbelievable. It's too much to stop. Rafinha gets himself in there. We try and stop him, we can't, but it's a simple save made by Malagon at least. But it's been a very hard half for ourselves, and this is the only moment we could get into it. Sen Hadji with a lovely interception, but he just can't seem to follow through with it, unfortunately, and we have lost out in a very good position. It was a good interception originally, but not to be done on that occasion, and Ter Stegen looks to clear his lines. Spiliers picks up the pieces, finding Keanu Dyer as he plays it over to the left-hand side of Liso. Now Sen Hadji, Liso in support as it's over the top to Liso. Good ball for Sen Hadji, but the touch lets him down. Liso trying to get the ball back, but Ter Stegen looks to clear his lines, and that's exactly what has happened. No chances for us in the first half as of the moment. It's 40 minutes and now on the clock. Barcelona have been pretty slow, in fairness. Also, it's been a game of kind of chess, in fairness. Whatever move they make, they do one better. It's really hard to see, but as you can see, Ansu Fati on the ball for Barcelona. He finds Lewandowski. One man you don't want to give space. It's Rafinha, and that is a top save from Malagon, I have to say. And into the second half we now go, but it's been a very boring second half, I have to say. 73 minutes into the tie, no chances given. It feels like one of those games where no one wants to create anything because they're so worried of making a mistake, but it's just one of those at the moment. We're still defending, we're still holding on in there. Lewandowski with a shot there as Spiliers makes a good interception. It falls out to the right hand side. Liso tries to get involved, but advantage being played there, as you can see, trying to fend off the attack of Barcelona's Romeu. Finds Ansu Fati, a ball is whipped in there, and that is a super save from Malagon as he throws it straight out to Mikic on the right hand side. Now to Cruz, back to Mikic into the middle of Vasquez and Spiliers, trying to see if we can switch to play and get something going, but I just want to hold the ball. I'll take a 0-0 at this point, knowing we've got it all to play in the second leg, knowing we could potentially play a stronger side against Barcelona. It's very hard to say if that will be the case. Spiliers looks to play the ball, but Rafinha intercepts it. Poor place to lose it. He could punish us, and that is a super save from Malagon. Rafinha should have thought that we would have thought that he would have got the goal, but not to be. And Mikic is a very poor clearance, and they have a chance from the throw in there. Not long left in this tie. 83 minutes on the clock. Pedri on the ball. He finds Ansu Fati. Fati to Lewandowski. This could be a great chance. It's Rafinha. He's missed one. He's missed two. Now Ansu Fati back to Rafinha. But he doesn't miss three. Tenerife 0, Barcelona 1. And that just feels like a massive sucker punch, in fairness, because I feel like we've held our own in this tie, but just not being able to see it out, and that's been the kind of problem for ourselves. And it's really hard to say that, because I felt like we've played some good football, but at the same time, it is not good enough. And unfortunately, we are now trailing in this tie. 5 minutes left on the clock. Could we create anything in the second half? We haven't even had a chance in the second half. I don't think we've even had a shot in the whole game, in fairness. It's been that much against the ropes, because Barcelona have provided some great attacking football, and they're showing it once again here. Rafinha bursting down the right. He tries to play in Lewandowski. The clearance is poor, and once again Malagon brought into action as the clearance once again is poor. Lewandowski on the ball, tries to get something going, finding Fati, and that is a super save, I have to say, going out for a corner kick. Zaccaccini with a chance from the corner to be able to put this game to bed as the corner is whipped in. Great delivery. They can't convert with Lenglet, trying to see how he's missed that, because that is a great opportunity from the header, but not to be as we play out from the goal kick. +1 on the 90. Can we have one last chance? Dylan Pereira, Senhaji makes the run. Surely not. Yanis Senhaji striding forward. Yanis Senhaji getting past the defender. Yanis Senhaji! It's Tenerife 1, Barcelona 1. Out against all the odds, we have managed to get ourselves back into the game, and we will be going into the second leg level. That is an unbelievable thing to be able to say, because I felt like we were down and out in this tie before it was even played. I know we've beaten them once this particular season, but it was very lucky to do so, and we held our own in that game also. But with the changes that we made in this tie, I could only feel like we would be acceptable for the loss, but it's not to be. And Yanis Senhaji does get the goal, and that should be it, as the full-time whistle should be blown literally straight after the kick-off, as it looked to be the last kick of the game. And we didn't cut to that part, but yes it was. Full-time whistle had been blown, and we will be going into the second leg 1-1. Really interesting to see, I have to say. And what if we can get to the final? It'd be special to do so. In terms of league form, it's still all good, in fairness. As much as we lost out to Girona, we've still held our own, and we're still in the top 4. Played 25, won 13, drew 9 and lost 3. Currently sitting on 48 points there. 4 points behind Girona, which isn't too bad. 1 point ahead Atletico Madrid and also Villarreal. So them sort of spots have tightened up, it has to be said. So it's going to be all to play for in that regard. And we're kind of getting deep into the season now where it all really matters. But I'm so excited to see it unfold, because it could mean a massive end to the season, getting into a final and potentially getting into a European spot also. But that is it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.